Hi, this is Sue from EMS Nails and Beauty Wirral Training Academy. Welcome back to the second part of doing my nails. So as you can see, I'm prepping my form now for my middle finger, this is, because you saw me do my index finger. So I'm making sure that that is tight to the side walls and that there's no gaps and there's no step down. So this is the GellifiQue Advanced Builder Gel in the crystal clear. Wonderful stuff to absolutely work with, but you really can't see it on camera. And to be honest, when you're working with it, it's really hard to see the layers that you're putting down. You'll see that I struggle in this video as well to try and keep it in shot because of the way I was working. So the way I lay it down is by doing little circles and then just moving it into place with broader strokes. So by moving the nail around, I can try and get that flushed finish that I was after. And this is why a lot of it is out of shot, because unfortunately, just the way I work, I can never seem to get it all on camera. So sorry. So I'm basically just faffing around trying to get the length of this nail. Now, you've seen me put it upside down there. That's to try and let gravity take some of the work out of building those apexes and just to let the gel settle back into place. Now, the beauty about this is it doesn't really move. It doesn't sort of settle like the gels settle. So it's not so much as that it'll put it back in place. It just stops it from going anywhere else, and it doesn't move anyway, but it just stops it from moving around a little bit. So I'm just moving my finger around and trying to see where I've put that gel and to try and get as smooth as possible. It just saves on the filing. So I wipe off the excess on the brush and go back in and try and faff it around a little bit more. I always find it more difficult to do it on my own nails than I do my clients' nails. So I've cured that now for the full 60 seconds and removed the form. Now there was a little bit missing and it was a little bit uneven. So I'm going back in here and fixing that. So as you can see, I'm just smoothing it out again, checking it for its apex, because I don't really want that duckbill, but I also don't want the big apex or speed bumps as I call them. So I'm just making sure that that second layer I'm putting on there is filling in the gaps that I want it to fill in, and making it smooth, and you can see it's back in the lamp. So I've brought it back out and I'll give it a wipe with the alcohol to take that inhibition layer off. And that way I can, what I do is I smooth file it first and then I go in with the hand file. So cover everything up because these filings go everywhere and you don't want them in your gels. So I smooth file it just to check that I've actually got all the little lumps off that I've formed there. So as you can see, it does eat up them files very quickly. So I've gone in now with my 180 grit file, and what I didn't realise about this gel is that I'm actually quite heavy-handed. So I took it from being relatively long to extremely short very, very quickly. And I was like, oh, right, I've done it now. I'm just going to have to carry on and shape it as much as I can, because I know I can come back in and build and make that length more. So I just finish off completing that nail and giving it another wipe, so that if I was having that shape nail and that length, that would be finished and ready to go on. So I've wiped the dust off the ring finger and once again come in with my little form. So I'm putting the bottoms together just to give it that nice neat finish. And on this one, I put the little tab a little bit too high. So I'm trying to unpeel these. These are extremely sticky, these ones. So they can be a bit of a nightmare. So once again, now I've come in and I'm trying to fit that. And you can see I'm fiddling around with it a little bit more because I need to cut the sides to relieve the pressure on the side walls and also to get it to fit my nail properly. So once I've done that and that is now fit snugly, you'll see me once again cut off the bottoms because they just get on my nerves, and I always take the extra length off, give it a little squeeze and make sure it is completely tight to my finger. And now once again I'm going in with the GellifiQue Crystal Clear Advanced Sculpting Gel. All off camera so you can't see what I'm doing, so sort of getting used to voiceover on these. What I'm actually doing is just trying to build that out, so you can see I'm building it a little bit longer because I realised my mistake on my other finger. So I thought, right, build it a bit longer, won't make the same mistake. So I'm making sure that I've got it met up with the sculpting gel of Smitten that I put on, and making sure it's all adhered there. And now what I'm doing that you can't see is just faffing around, making sure that that crystal clear gel is exactly where I want it. So wiping it off the excess off the brush and just doing a clean up on the nail bed area is what I'm doing there. So I'm just checking all around, checking the apex, hanging it upside down for a minute, don't know why. Just seem to do it. I think it's habit now with GellifiQue stuff I use. So just giving that a little check, making sure that it's where I want it, and in the lamp it goes for the 60 seconds. So out it comes and I release it from underneath and then peel off. So by releasing it that way, you're not going to catch the hypernickium of your client or yourself. And in she goes with the heavy-handedness of the file again. So really could have done this file with a 240, and that might have been a little bit better, because by the time I finish this one and do my normal file, and so sides, a cuticle and then shaping, it had gone back down to nothing again, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna have to carry on because I'm obviously too heavy-handed. So this gel, you don't have to be so heavy-handed with, so give it a bit of a buff and then a little bit of a wipe. So you'll see that these nails are like really wonky donkey. The shape is absolutely disgusting, the size is terrible, and I was really, really unhappy with it. So I end up coming back in, and you'll see this in a minute, because you can see it just getting smaller and worse the worse I'm playing with it. So you'll see me come back in and attach another form. So here I am back after running around collecting hubby, and you can see that I've gone too small. So back in with a new form, and I'm now going to correct what I want doing on that nail. So that's building it out on the side walls again, bringing it down the free edge and then making the length longer. Now it went a little bit quicker doing it this way because I already had the base already in and smooth, so I just needed the extra length and to make sure it was all at the correct height so it didn't get that little dip at the very end. I apologise that it's all off camera. I did try and position it to where it would be on camera, but working on myself, I really do struggle with that. So you may end up seeing like half of my workspace by the time I actually finally get into getting it all in shot. But I apologise. So this is what I am doing off camera. So I'm smoothing it all out, checking it from side to side, checking down the barrel and making sure that that is all correct before it goes into the lamp for a full cure. So these cure at 60 seconds in an LED lamp and 120 seconds in a UV lamp. So once I've finished faffing with this, because I'm still faffing. Oh, there we go. Must be going in the lamp now. Yep, there it goes. So it's out. And these, as I say, are very sticky. So another way of removing them is to do that. Pinch it underneath and gently remove. So you can see I've got the extra length that I wanted. Oh, what am I doing here? Oh, I've decided I'm not going to file that one. I'm going to leave it. And I'm going to go in and do the ring finger. Because what was the point in filing one, going back and doing it all again? So in comes the ring finger. So just shaping that, making sure that I've got that curve in properly and that the form is fitted correctly. So it's up on a little angle to make sure that I get the straight nail I want and get rid of the bits I don't want. So as you saw, I didn't need to cut down because I'd already had that extra length on nail, and I just picked up a nice big blob, and you can see me attaching it there, and then I'll go and smooth it out. As I should have done in the first place, I'll not use such a large file. So because it's clear, it's really hard to see how deep you're putting this on. The thickness of it is really difficult to tell. So I'm having to check all the time of the depth of this gel. But that's the idea of having the crystal clear glass nails. But putting them on is a little bit difficult on yourself where you're trying to video, especially when you're videoing off camera, which doesn't help you guys. But you'll probably do better not watching me anyway. But I'm just trying to help. So I'm just faffing around trying to get that all correct and in the shape I'm after and to the depth I'm after. So once I've done that, that'll go into the lamp for a full cure. So that'll happen any second sort of thing now. As soon as I wipe the brush, there you go, there's it's gone in. So remove the form, and I found that that's the easiest way to do these forms because otherwise they're a bit sticky and a bit of a pain in the bum. So close it all up, and now I'm going in, giving the inhibition layer, removing the inhibition layer, and now I'm going in with my little finger. Now I wanted to do something a little bit different because obviously my thumb is my natural thumb and I wanted to do that different. But I also wanted to show you that this gel, you can do more than just build a full nail. So what I'm going to do here is put down a very, very thin base, attaching that to the free edge of my little nail, as you can see. Actually, I've got this one in shot. So I'm just going to put down a very, very thin layer because what I want to do, you can see there, I have another product from Nailchemy, and that is the glitter, and that is Mother of the Bride. So I've got that down, and I'm just checking it that I've not got too many lumps, bumps, because I can't go in and do much with that because that is just literally a base for me to put the this stuff, yes, glitter on. I just wanted a little bit of sparkle, didn't want anything much, so I'm just using my cuticle pusher to try and keep as much of it without going everywhere. It always goes everywhere, and tapping it off, so that will stick to the inhibition layer. So I'm making sure that I've got it everywhere I want to get it, so my whole nail is covered. And tap that off because you don't want to waste these at all because they're absolutely beautiful. And then I'll give that a wipe off because everything that's stuck is going to be stuck, and anything else you need to get off. So I'm going to come back in now with a second thicker layer of the GellifiQue crystal. So as you can see there, I'm encasing the free edge of, well, you can't see because I'm off camera again. There I am. I'm encasing the free edge, and I'm also going to do right up my nail. And what I do check all the time before I pop that brush back into that gel is none of that glitter is attached to the gel or the brush, because the last thing I want to do is contaminate my gel from GellifiQue. So no, that's not happening. It did happen on one, I think it was my thumb, and I just cleaned the brush off before I did anything else with it. So you can see I'm checking there. I've wiped it off and I'm closing that. So that's going in there now for a little 60-second cure, and it's back out. So now off with the nail form, complete the design, and this is it. So I hope you've enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.